Hi guys. So this week we are going to be writing our first middle for our opinion writing. And if you remember, my opinion writing asks whether or not dogs should be allowed on the beach. As a reminder, you are writing about whether or not straws should be banned. So, um, in our beginning, we should have stated our two main middles. Now, the first middle that I'm going to be writing about is dogs should not be allowed on the beach because they're a danger to humans. And so the biggest thing that I read about in my articles was actually about dog poop. And so normally we wouldn't think that that would be a huge deal, but it carries many diseases. So when we're writing our middles, we want to start off by stating the main idea for that paragraph. So I'm going to start by saying one reason dogs should not be allowed on the beach is because they are a threat to humans. How are they a threat, you ask? It's in their poop. So now I'm going to go ahead and start using my plan and what I've written in my plan to add to my middle. So I'm looking back at my plan and I have about 6 different facts from my plan that I can use in my middle. So I could make a pretty long middle. So I'm going to reread this back to you. This says, one reason dogs should not be allowed on the beach is because they are a threat to humans. How are they a threat, you ask? It's in their poop. Many beach goers worry that owners will not pick up after their pesky pooch. Now, this is an example of sentence variety and just making your writing a little bit more interesting. So instead of just saying dog, pesky pooch sounds a little bit more interesting to the reader. So I'm going to now cite my evidence. So when we say citing our evidence, we are giving credit to the author for the information we have gotten. Because remember, if we're not citing our evidence, we're kind of copying from other people. So we always want to give credit to where we're getting this information from. So I'm going to say according to, and the article that I read is called The Number 2 Problem. The Number 2 Problem. Dog droppings actually carry harmful parasites, such as hookworms and roundworms. I'm going to explain to my reader what a parasite is because some people might not know what a parasite is. We always want to kind of, we want to make sure that our reader is very clear about what we're writing about. A parasite is an organism that can live inside our bodies. Yes, these hookworms and roundworms can live inside of us. Think of this as a cause and effect. So sometimes in your writing, a reader may ask, okay, so why is this a problem? So then we need to explain that to them. This is a problem because it can make us sick. Okay, so the next thing that I wrote about was that parasites like to live in warm areas and they can live up there for up to a year. So the beach is a perfect place for parasites to live. So I'm going to say that parasites live in warm areas such as the beach. I'm going to say parasites can live in warm areas such as the beach for up to a year. I'm going to cite my evidence again just so the reader knows where I'm getting this information from, and I'm actually going to put this in parentheses, the number 2 problem, and put a period at the end. Okay, I'm going to continue this, and I'm going to elaborate by talking about how kids dig in the sand, and so that's when they can get the parasites. Kids love to dig in the sand. When they dig, they can dig up these parasites and that, oops, is how they are transferred to humans. I'm going to say that's one way, because by just stepping on it, we can get these parasites. And that is one way that they are transferred to humans. Okay? Now I'm going to actually continue my middle, but I'm not going to do it on camera. So I'm going to continue to write my middle. I'm probably going to add a few more sentences here, and then I will be done. So the biggest thing that you need to make sure that you're doing in your middle is that you are stating your main idea for your middle, that you are citing your evidence, and you should have at least 4 facts to support that main idea for your middle. I will have success criteria up for you so that you can refer back to it, but right now we are going to be writing our first middle. Let me know if you have any questions. Bye.